And I get a little bit of a beefy smell, but I'm hoping by rendering that again, that a little bit of that'll come out. It's not obnoxious. It's not terribly obnoxious. It actually is pretty good. Oh, that's good stuff. Do this was they flipped this over and they scraped off the impurities. I'm having a hard time seeing the impurities. Pretty happy with that. I have had it to where there's like excess fat and stuff that's on the bottom, but that, I mean, that's pretty white. This one's a little bit heavier on the bottom, so maybe it won't, I don't want it to scorch. Quite a bit more tallow than that, and they use like 8 cups of water, like a tablespoon of salt per cup. So I'm going to do 4 tablespoons. That looks like quite a bit. 4 cups of water, 4 tablespoons of sugar, and stick it on the stove and warm it up. Starting to melt. From my understanding, the salt is supposed to draw out all of the impurities, and the tallow will actually separate from the water whenever it solidifies, whenever it put it in the refrigerator. So then I can just dump off the water and get the purified tallow, and then all of the impurities are supposed to be in the water. That's how I understand it to work. So we'll see. Alright, we're boiling good, and it's all melted down. So I'm going to turn it down to low. I may put on that back burner over there. Turn it down to low and simmer it for an hour. There it is, sitting in the fridge. Gotta let my family know it's not Jell-O. Okay, the tallow sat overnight in the refrigerator, and you can see it's separated from the water. So I'm going to pop it out of here. Ooh, there was like a vacuum seal. That was cool. And you can actually, they actually want you to dry it off and let it set for some time. Oh, there it is. There it is. There is the little spot that of impurities. It kind of looks like when I scrape it, like the underneath is whiter. Yeah, it's a little bit yellow. I'll just scrape all that off. Almost like a little hole right there. Huh. There you go. And we'll let it sit today, and then this evening we'll make some whipped tallow. So finally we have our tallow that was rendered from the suet from our cow. I hardened it, and then I purified it, and now I want to try and do some whipped. They call it some people call it butter, some people call it balm, tallow balm. This will be my first attempt, so I'm going to do just 1 cup. Most of the recipes that I've seen only have the tallow in it with an oil and then some essential oils. But I'm going to try, the oil that I'm going to choose is a vitamin E oil. And I want to put some shea butter in there also. There are a lot of amazing benefits to shea butter. Just to name a few, they actually put it on the top. Treatment for dry skin, eczema, minor burns, pain and relief from swelling and arthritis, improves muscle relaxation and stiffness. It is used for sunscreen also because it has a vitamin E and vitamin D. Treats dark spots, skin discoloration, stretch marks, wrinkles. Don't we all need that help? Blemishes, and use for massages, I guess, diaper rash, and as a hair conditioner as well. So I like it. I've used it before in other applications. The vitamin E oil, this is not sponsored in any means by anybody. Yeah, this is not sponsored by anyone. So. The 2 tablespoons of oil did follow the other recipes that I had seen, so. That's pretty close. I don't know if y'all are the same way, but once I get the feel for a recipe, I can kind of eyeball it after that. You don't have to usually be exact, but when I first try to perfect a recipe, I try to write down exactly what I did. That way I can amend it later. All right, I'm gonna turn this on some heat. Probably not going to take very long. I'm just going to put it on low for right now. Get this all melted together. I could probably do maybe 2 more batches. There's probably another couple cups there. I did get some essential oils. Again, not sponsored, but I thought I'd put 2 or 3 drops of the sandalwood in there and start with that and see how that works. Yep, and just as I figured, it wouldn't take very long for it to, because it was already pretty soft. Oh, and it's starting to boil. I don't want to do that. I'll take it off the heat. All right, the best way to get this to set up a little bit so that you can whip it is definitely put it in the freezer. The refrigerator takes a little bit too long. And that looks like it's just about perfect. I'm going to turn this on and see if we can get It's pretty well whipped. That 1 cup really made a lot. Seems like it's setting up a little bit too. It's really very light, very whipped. The sandalwood that I used was a little bit lighter in flavor, or yeah, flavor? Scent. So I added a few more. And we'll see. We'll test this out and see how it works. Well, thank you very much for hanging in with me on this tallow. I know it's a long process, but it's definitely worth it in the end. We'll see you back here in the kitchen at Homestead Hobby Farm. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.